And I took a group of people to see this new play by this young African-American writer. And it was 1987, August Wilson's Fences. And for the first time as a director, I heard my own people's rhythms and watched their culture unfold on stage.
August Wilson, he spoke for the people of the Hill District, the common person of Pittsburgh as a microcosm, to elevate the lives of African Americans.
Fences is the second play that August wrote from the 10-play grand opus that he created.
Which is a play that is very different than the rest of the other plays, because this play centers around the life of one man.
Before Broadway, Scott Rudin, he sent me the screenplay that August wrote, the only one I think that he wrote. And I realized that I'd seen the play with James Earl Jones, but I hadn't read the play.
And that production had a profound visceral effect on me, and it was like you couldn't control the tears.
I never saw Fences on Broadway. I was a student at Rhode Island College when a teacher of mine was like, "Have you heard of August Wilson?" I think that what August had and what made him brilliant was the spirit to allow people to enter him. You felt that way when you were with him in person, that he saw you. August had an absolute understanding of what it means to be a woman. That was his gift, is a great gift of vulnerability and empathy. So when I found that out, it's like my whole world opened.
So I called Scott and said, you know, I want to do the play. He was like, "You want to do the play?" I'm like, "Yeah."
August passed away in 2005, so this was the first shot at doing something that honored him in his spirit after his death. So I knew I had to get it right.
We were very successful as a play. We cast it with obviously a brilliant cast.
The depth of passion and pain that all the characters went to was beautiful, and the audiences were connecting to the truth and the humanity.
And to be out there with them, especially family play. As you become an ensemble, you become that family.
When you're on stage, we all know you can only be in one place at one time. But that's the beauty of this medium, and to hear the audience's reaction. I didn't think it could get better than that.
It was the most nominated play, I believe, in Tony history.
Denzel won the Tony, and he deserved it. Viola won the Tony, and she deserved it. And the play, which represented all of us, won for Best Revival of a Play. It was one of the proudest moments of my life.
And like other great plays like Romeo and Juliet or Hamlet, it can transform or be put up on the screen, and it does stand up. I know that I would have never directed it had I not done the play. To know that we did a production that worked. So I was so committed and excited just to shape the play into a film.
Clear, here we go. The only marker.
When you transform his stories cinematically, you're lifting up the genius of August once again.
Now we get to, let's just see up close how people think and how they feel without it being as presentational as Broadway has to be.
I think that people have an understanding that when you're acting for film, you gotta be understated. August, he writes some understated things, but he writes some things that are very big. And just because it's big doesn't mean it's not honest.
You want to draw that back on me? You're gonna have to kill me.
When you watch a play in a theater, you're seeing everybody who's on the stage at that time at the same time. The idea in cutting the film together was to try to keep that kind of experience alive, but to take advantage of the techniques that you can use in film. We stayed in masters a lot. You couldn't stay in them all the time because some of the performances were so incredible you wanted to go in. But when we did, we tried to keep whoever was in the scene and not on camera alive through reaction shots.
The main thing that we concentrated on in trying to open up the play cinematically was letting the house become a character, letting the backyard become a character, letting the neighborhood become a character.
In front of the house, it's Bedford Avenue, so you've got these nice long shots down the street where you can see the neighborhood. You can have kids playing in the street so we can keep the neighborhood alive.
Denzel wanted to find a street which led to a house, which led to a backyard, all in one, to make it authentic to the Hill District, 1957.
It's like follow shot or a cast walking towards the camera. So it gave the film movement that's not in the play.
For the costumes, I really wanted you to feel that I expanded on the play, but I didn't disrupt the play. Moving off the stage into a realistic setting inspired me to soften the tone of the characters. I never wanted the clothes to speak louder than each of these characters. I really hope people see in this film that they are the middle class and the family struggle, family love, and just being a family.
Denzel never wanted to leave the stage play, so there was an intention to not make it too much of a commercial look, but still making it cinematic. So the challenge turned out to be serving both the play and the film. So the lighting of this movie, the key word was naturalistic, to let the lighting have some kind of impact. But everything was supporting the story.
Hallelujah.
Denzel told me the music was going to have to fight its way into the movie because there is no music originally in this piece.
I missed the death.
This is a piece that is initially designed to be done on stage with no music of any kind. Most standard feature films have about 50% of their running time covered with music. But in a movie like Fences, we have the first cue comes in almost 40 minutes in. Just a crescendo on 14, a little bit less. I mean, the timing is great, just a little bit less, okay? Really, ultimately, its music is always supporting. But I feel like in this case, the words are so deep and so important, and there was so much music in the words. I felt like the score had to really enhance that and support that. Quickly, the piano became the center of the score, and I feel like the piano can sort of modulate emotionally in a way that was very sympathetic with the score and without being too big.
I remember just being amazed and moved. It's how brilliant August Wilson is and how much it does translate to film and how universal the story is.
Don't you go through life worrying about whether somebody like you or not. You best be making sure that they're doing right by you. You understand what I'm saying?
August has given us 100 years of American history, the good and the bad.
For me, it was amazing. It's one of the most memorable opportunities, and it was an amazing experience.
Everything that boy do, he do for you.
Being able to share this incredible man's work with the world is fantastic.
Denzel's matured as a director, and this film shows it without doubt.
I just can't make it go away. It's done now.
When you have a goal and a vision as an African-American artist, if you don't have a physical manifestation of what your dreams are in front of you, then you're not given permission. That's what his legacy has done. It's giving other artists permission to embrace their voices.
It's part of our job, my job, to share him with more people. There's nothing I would rather do other than taking care of August Wilson in the best way that I can.
That's the way that goes.